Hey, you guys. So, I just wanted to come on and give you a little bit of my perspective. So, Peace's perspective on what's going on in the world right now. Okay. I know that there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of division, there's a lot of like fear of how things are going to be or how they look right now, what's going to happen. And honestly, I don't think anyone knows. You got one side who thinks they're right, and you've got the other side who thinks they're right. And I'm going to be honest with you, there's a third way. Okay? There's a third way that isn't being seen just yet. And I do feel like you're seeing a lot of crumbling of old structures. That's all that Pisces energy that we're in. We have the North Node in Pisces for the next 18 months. Saturn's been in Pisces for the last 2 years. We have Neptune, which is the ruler of Pisces, which makes it even stronger, is sitting, has been there, I think, since 2011. We have Mercury in Pisces. We've got the Sun in Pisces. And then we're going to have Venus retrograde back into Pisces with a Mercury retrograde in Pisces. This is like the end. Okay, Pisces being the last side of the zodiac, the end. Like the end of the world as we've known it. You're not going to recognize yourself, let alone the world, anymore. And I know that that can be really hard for people because we have these old traditional beliefs, that we've been instilled with. And I get that. I totally get that. I'm Gen X. But some of that world has now crumbled and there's no getting it back. Now, some of those values can absolutely be cherished. But other things like the structure of the world, how they're taking out USID and they're wiping out all the government right now, and those things have to happen. So you can sit around being angry at Trump for making it happen because, again, nobody in the history of presidency has ever done what he's doing. But you also have to remember that God didn't get it wrong. Just like God didn't get it wrong when they put Biden in office. Even though that was the craziest, wackiest fucking 4 years, holy shit, from COVID to murder hornets to vaccines to mandates to lockdowns to what the fuck was going on? And there was a lot of people angry there, and everybody's pushing their beliefs. And I think the only thing that we can agree upon, and I hope that we agree upon, is the fact that we don't trust so blindly anymore. Oh, he looks like a really nice guy. Let's go ahead and put him in office. He looks like he could do no harm because he's handsome. I think people are going to be a little bit more leery and start doing their research before people start blindly following individuals anymore. And I think this is the biggest mass awakening we have ever seen on the planet. And I think that so many people want to huddle into this funnel of how they're used to seeing things, that it can be harder to see the bigger picture. It could be hard for you to want to see that, oh shit, I've been living a lie. I was told a lie my entire life. And now the veil is so thin, you're not ready to surrender how you thought things were and how things used to look. And that can be fucking freaky on anyone. Why do you think we have mass hysteria right now? Why do you think we have mass mental health issues anymore? Look at the fucking kids. And there's so many adults that are just fucked up in their heads. And they're willing to fight to the death for their belief system. And it's like on either side, it doesn't matter what they're believing in. You got people who are burning themselves up in front of courthouses, blowing themselves up. Like, hello, what is happening right now? Well, Pisces rules mental health. And then we have Jupiter and Gemini, which rules the mind, and they're squaring one another. That's mass hysteria, mass fear. It sucks. People doing some weird ass shit, man. It's crazy out there right now. So you're seeing a lot of people who are wanting to isolate. I mean, people have literally unfriended or unfamilied because of their belief system when it comes to politics. And I'm going to be honest with you, be mindful of being too catty or ha 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 I won, because you're going to eat humble pie shortly. Because again, I don't think that either side has it figured out. Again, it's somewhere in between. But I do feel like we need to knock it all down. It's almost like a fire coming through and blazing out, like Paradise or LA, like it did, and now Asheville, and all these places that have been devastated. It's like now they can go in and rebuild. Hopefully they're not 15-minute cities, but for some of them, they're gonna be. And Lahaina. Please don't let me forget Lahaina. But what happens after a fire burns out a place? The trees grow back much more lush. The grass grows back. It's beautiful. We build new structures. They're not going to look the same. Everybody wants to keep everything the same. And I think that that's where we're going to be hurting our own feelings, because nothing is the same anymore. Look around. Your surroundings probably aren't the same. Your relationships aren't the same. Your viewpoints aren't the same. You're not the same. For better or for worse. There is a silver lining in all of this. It's hard to see right now, but there is a silver lining on all this. Like, look at our food sources. We're realizing, and that can be scary to people to realize, holy shit, they're putting glyphosate. No wonder. We've been eating bread for hundreds of fucking years, and now everybody has a gluten allergy? Doesn't that make you wonder? They've been vaccinating for what, since the 1700s? And now all of a sudden people are coming up with myocarditis, and 1 in 32 kids has autism? That doesn't make you think? So what, you turn a blind eye to it? That is all the stuff that's being exposed right now. And it can be scary. But even if you don't want to look at it, you want to ignore it, it's still there. America is the number one, we have the most epidemic of disease of all countries. Yet we have so many freaking doctors and scientists and all this shit, yet we're the most unhealthy there is. And what do? They're constantly offering you up. Here's a pharmaceutical. Here's a pill. Here's Ozempic. It'll make you skinny. Yeah, it's snake venom. We're in Year of the Snake, by the way. So you're hearing all about what the snake venom is doing. All these pills that they've been just prescribing. Do you know for every decade you're on this earth, they want you on one pharmaceutical pill for every decade? I'm 45. I should be on 4 pharmaceuticals right now, because that's the way that they want us to be. But because I'm smart enough and I've been researching, I do everything through supplements and changing my thoughts. I change my mindset. I change my energy. Because for every illness, there's a spiritual reason for it, for the physical manifestation in the body. But these are all the things that are being brought to the forefront so that you know. Did you know, and you can do your own research on this, Did you know that the first doctors were actually astrologers? Because they needed to know what was going on in the sky and what's going on in your birth chart in order for them to be able to diagnose you. So when scientists tell you that astrology is not real, astrology knows that science is real. It acknowledges. I don't know if you just heard all those birds. And then that was taken out. Why? Because one size fits all. Well, that's what's being exposed right now. So yes, things have to change. That's why RFK is here. And many of you might go, oh, he was a drug addict in the past and he did this. People change. I was a drug addict in the past. I was an alcoholic. I was abusive. I was all kinds of really bad things. But I was also underneath all that hurt and that pain and what I caused. Does that mean that I'm not allowed to redeem myself? So cut it with the antics. Cut it with trying to find all these negative things in people who are trying to make drastic changes, because regardless of your belief system, regardless of how you want to see things play themselves out, this is what we get. And the universe, God did not get it wrong. You may not agree with it, but it didn't get it wrong. And this is a real eye-opening experience of all the corruption, all the power, all the control, all the secrets, all the things that they've been doing behind the scenes are now exposed. And that can be mind-blowing, and that can make people do some crazy ass shit. Look at these Hollywood stars. Shut your mouth and fucking act. Nobody asked you for your fucking opinion. That's why the days of celebrity worshiping are over. You think Ellen DeGeneres moved out of the U.S. because of Trump? Abso-fucking-lutely not. It goes much deeper than that. So this is a time where everything is being exposed. That was Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto goes into the underworld. Capricorn is government. Pluto is secrets. So all the secrets that they've been hiding from you, how they've been spending your fucking tax money. Pluto also is the ruler of Scorpio, which rules taxes. That's all been exposed. Where's your money been going? We get mad at the person who finds out who robbed the bank. Does that sound smart to you? I know that this is a lot. I get that. But before we can have Neptune and Saturn go into Aries where they will meet up and start over this whole new cycle, we're also in a 9-year. We're ending out like the end of all the corruption and the bullshit and the crap. It's the end in Pisces so that we can start over. We can start fresh. In a 1 year, because next year is when Saturn and Neptune will be fully into Aries. This is one of the craziest times of our lives. And my biggest piece of advice for you is detach. Detach from the outcome. No one's coming to save you. If you think Trump is going to save you and he's Almighty God, you got another thing coming. Okay? Now, I'm not saying he's doing bad things or whatever. I'm completely detached from the outcome of everything that happens because I know that we're going into very futuristic times with Pluto now in Aquarius. Everything's getting destroyed right now. Pisces, all this energy in Pisces, and the eclipses for the next 18 months in Pisces. This is your shattered illusion. And I get the frustration and the anger, but you're just going to have to take a step back right now and literally take a detached approach to all of this. Don't fall into any of the traps. Don't be arguing with people on social media trying to change their fucking mind. It's not going to work. You start fights right now, I'll be honest with you, you ain't gonna fucking win. And it's gonna create even more drama. It's gonna come back to haunt you. It's not even worth it. Doesn't make you feel good in the end. And that goes with anybody. You don't want to fight with people over their beliefs. You're not going to change them, but that doesn't mean we still can't have a cup of coffee. That doesn't mean that we can't talk about other things, our motivations in life. For a lot of you, it's like delving into your creativity right now, Delve into the things that you can control, which is you, your emotions. Stop blaming everything outside of yourself. It's not going to work anymore. Let that shit go. And just watch what happens. Watch what happens. Without an opinion, watch what happens. Let go of these small dreams that you have right now, because there's bigger dreams that are getting, prepared to manifest in front of you while you're focused on all these distractions. It's all Hollywood, by the way. That's Pisces. Neptune and that's why all these Hollywood stars, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, and P.S. Ellen was connected to Diddy. That whole thing's going to come out and blow everybody's mind, and there's going to be people who are pissed off, who don't want to fucking hear it. No way, because it blows your fucking mind. The capabilities and the things that have been going on behind the scenes. Nobody wants to believe that, but watch The Matrix. Do you want to be blue-pilled? Because a lot of us are red-pilled, and a lot of us are just like, wow, okay, well, that was crazy. Wow, I didn't see, I saw that coming, but wow, not to that extent, But it's like, I can believe it. That's Pluto. But this is about us taking back our power and really focusing on our creativity, focusing on love and what makes us happy, and focusing on, magic. Because you really are magic. It's insane out there. And, we're going to get through this. And for some of you, if you need help because you're dealing with something mentally, emotionally, and it's making you want to do things to harm yourself or harm others, talk to somebody. This is the perfect time for self-care. This is the perfect time to reach out to a psychic, an astrologer, a life coach, a mentor, a therapist, a psychologist, anyone who's going to be able to help you, and make sure that you're not just paying their car payment and they're making you come back monthly. Make sure that or weekly, make sure that it's something that's actually helping you and not just keeping you in a loop. Think outside the box. That's why we're like the new age therapists. We're the new age, psychiatrists and psychologists. It's the psychics that are really standing up to the plate right now. Astrologers and anybody who's in those healing aspects are the ones who are stepping up right now. And again, that can be hard for you to wrap your mind around, because Pisces also rules religion and spirituality. So, spirituality has been mockery for so fucking long. They make fun of us on movies. They make us all scary. Look at that fucking movie, Tarot, that they came out with. Why the fuck do you think they came out with that movie? Because people have been turning to psychics, to tarot cards, to astrologers, to things that, wait a minute, our church can't control you anymore. Because with these eclipses, it's also going to show you the dark side of religion. And being mindful of the astrologers that you follow, especially the woke ones and the ones that are pushing you into vaccines and hating on a president. Like, it doesn't matter what fucking president. They better be spitting facts. It better be, they better have receipts for everything that they're spitting out. Like for me, yeah, I talked about Biden. Absolutely. But I also have receipts. It's all out there. It's not a conspiracy theory anymore. I talked about COVID too. Everything I said came true. It's not a conspiracy theory anymore. It's completely unbiased. And even with Trump, I don't vote, you guys. P.S. I have not registered to vote, never have voted. I'm just looking at the astrology. And it may not be popular to everyone, But I don't care. I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to tell you what's really going on. Like the plane crashes. Everybody blaming Trump for the plane crashes like he's in charge of the air gods. Oh, and speaking of, there's an airplane right now going over my house. Not a coincidence that that got brought up. Thank you, Spirit. It's like people blaming Trump for airplane crashes. This is Pluto in Aquarius. We got Jupiter in Gemini. Air signs. You're going to see this for a really long time, so do be careful. Listen to your intuition. Do I want to get on that plane? Does it feel right? Am I just pushing through the energy? Well, I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. I have all these plans. Wait a day, Lot going on right now, you guys, and I feel for you. Trust me. Like for me, I just kind of want to hide out and be like, no, I had like too peoply out there, and honestly, if I didn't have a business, I wouldn't even be on social media. Just because, like, I'm so sick of the drama. I'm so sick of everybody fighting. I'm so sick of the whole woke bullshit and cramming that down our throats. I'm sick of it. I'm going to be honest with you. Even I'm sick of it. But it's my job. It's not just my job. It's my path and to enlighten others. But there's times where I'm just like, seriously? Open your eyes, Bird Box. Like open your eyes. In that aspect, you didn't want to look at it. But in this one, it's like your eyes are being peeled back for a reason. And even though it might go against popular belief, it's still the truth nonetheless. So be careful what news sources you're relying upon, because not all of them are what they seem. I would say go with independent if you have to get involved in any of that. And then just read between the lines. Listen to your intuition. Don't follow so blindly in all the stuff that's going on. And try not to be so boastful. Like, haha. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I think a lot of people are going to eat crow. And again, I don't feel like either side has it 100%. I think that there's another way and it's down the middle. And I don't think that it has been fully developed yet. But that's why things have to crumble in order for new beginnings. And that's all this Pisces energy. Everything is going to dissolve. It's going to dissolve. And a new path is going to form for all of us. And I get that people are afraid because of their money and their careers. There's new opportunities that are formulating in the background. You just can't see them. You're just going to have faith. You're going to have to rely on your faith. That's all there is to it. I love you guys all so much. I hope this helps. Let me know if it resonates with you. Comment, give it a like, a share. Somebody needs to hear this, but this is Peace's perspective. You don't have to agree with me. I'm putting it out there. These are, what I'm seeing. These are my beliefs. And again, you act accordingly. So as do I. And I hope you will. Anyway, I love you guys all so much, and check out my other videos here on YouTube. They are timeless. You can go through at any point in time, pick out a message that works for you. Anyway, take care, you guys.